the recording as well of this today's session. Okay, so first, so before discussing, okay, so where I am, that let us first discuss how to write the syntax of XPath locator. Sorry, not XPath. XPath we have already covered. So we have to write the locator for CSS. Okay, so you know that we have already covered XPath. And what is the syntax I have told you of for XPath, which is tag name at the rate attribute equals to value. So this is the syntax for XPath, this one. So if you see the syntax for CSS, it is very easy. If you know the syntax for XPath, then you will also be able to form the syntax of CSS. Okay. So what is the syntax? So tag name will be here. So I will write tag name here, and then I will simply write. Value. So you can see. Okay, let me write tag name. Okay. So you will see this one and this one at the rate is not present in the CSS. So this is the CSS syntax which we will going to use to find our element. Okay. So this is how you can write the CSS syntax. Okay. So is it clear to you all? Hello. Okay. So let us first create the CSS locator on our browser. Okay. Then it will be more clear. So suppose if I open Amazon website only. Okay. So this is the Amazon website, and here suppose we have to go there. So yesterday I think we have discussed with the help of ID attribute as well. Okay, with the help of XPath we have entered something in our box. So how we will be doing the same thing with the help of XPath. So let us see. Let us open this first. Okay, so I have opened this. So if I remove this and if I remove this. Okay, so if I have to write the CSS for this text box, how I will write? I will go here. Okay, so you can see this is the coding part of that text box. Okay, whatever the developer have written. So how you will form the XPath of this? Okay, so suppose you can take any, but let me take this one. This one seems appropriate for me. So this is the attribute. This is the attribute value. So how I will write the CSS for this? I will simply write. You can see the tag name is input. Input is our tag name. So let me first write it here as well. Syntax for CSS is tag name attribute equals to value. So this is the syntax. You can see. Okay. So after that, let us consider this attribute is type. So tag name is input. So I will write input and attribute is type equals to, see, value is email. So this is how we can form the CSS. This is very easy. If you know the how to form the XPath, then it is just straightforward, right? You can also form the CSS for this text box. Okay. So let us quickly check this whether our CSS is correct or not. Okay. So how I will check? I have told you two methods. Okay. So in this one is console one, but you can see if I have to verify my XPath, for the XPath, how I will write? This is for the XPath, right, which I have told you earlier, but here it is CSS. So how you will do verify for the CSS? Just put $, okay, and then inside it put your CSS, and then press enter. You see this? So you can see that. See, it is saying that length is 1, which means that whatever the CSS which we have written is correct. So this way you can check whether your CSS is correct or not by putting $. Okay. So here I have told you that there is one more method which is this plugin crowpath. Okay. So if I put my CSS here, okay, this is my CSS. If I press enter, you can see that it is saying one element matching, and that one element is this one. Okay. So this is how you can validate your CSS before you will write that CSS in your code. So let us quickly do one practical of this, whether it is entering something in the text box or not. So how I will write, I will simply write driver. The same statement we will use find element, but this time we will use by.css selector. Okay, forgot about this below one as of now. Consider only this one. So we have to press enter then. So if I press enter, then you have to provide your CSS selector. Okay, so I will paste it here, and after that what you have to do, you have to just send something data. So what can be the data, like suppose data can be college at the rate 123. Okay, that will be your data which you want to send it in the text box. So you have to change this as well. Okay, because we have to open Amazon website. So if I come here and then this is the Amazon website. Okay, so let me minimize this and then you will see. Okay, let me paste this link here. So it will directly, this link will directly open the login page. Okay, so if I try to run this, let's see what happens. So see, you have seen that with the help of CSS, we have just entered one present text in this. You can say text code. So is it clear to you that how we are going to use CSS here? Please confirm. Yeah. Do you have that site name? So, okay, so you are saying what kind of text box? Suppose this is the text box. Okay, this is the text box, and what you are saying inside this one. So you are saying that suppose I have never seen. Okay, I thought so. First of all, what you can do? Suppose okay, let me come to paint first. Okay, so suppose this is your text box. Okay, and you are saying there is one more text box present here. Okay, so I have told you one concept about absolute text path yesterday. So what you can do? First of all, uh, you can find the x path till here. Okay, that will be your suppose that will be your relative x path. Okay, so you can see that this box, this one, is present inside this. So what you have to do by looking at the code. Okay, what you will do, you can use absolute x path to reach here, this one. So this way you can deal with it. Try it and let me know the website name as well. Okay. Okay. So you can use absolute x path concept here to reach here. Okay. 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 Perfect. So sorry. I have told you yesterday that how if we are getting multiple elements with the x path, you can use 1 to 3. Do you remember that? Hello. So okay, let me do this for you. Otherwise, let me come to Amazon website. Okay, let me come to SpiceJet website. Okay, so here what we will do, we will write one X path, but you will see that there there are multiple X path for the same. If I try to inspect it, and you know the syntax of X path is tag name. This is the tag name at the rate attribute equals to. So this is the syntax for X path. Okay, this is the syntax. So if I suppose if I have to write the X path for this checkbox. This is one checkbox. You can see if it is able. If I click it, then I will be able to check it. Okay. So this if I have to write the X path for the same, so you can see the coding part here. So how I will write the X path. This is my tag name. Input is my tag name. So this is input is my tag name. So let me. Okay, I will write after that. So input is my double slash and input is my tag name. Okay. What is the attribute here? You can see I will go with this one. Type equals to checkbox. So I will simply write attribute name type equals to checkbox. So this way we can form one XPath for that checkbox. So let me also check it whether it is working correctly or not. So how I will do? I will simply go to ProPath and I will paste that. But you can see that it is saying six elements matching, which are these one, right? So you can see here we can use the concept of indexing. You can say. So if I have to suppose if I put it to here, so you can see that it will be able to select this checkbox, or you can see the green color here. If I put a 3 here, you can see that green color here, okay, which means it is highlighting this one. So this way, with the help of index, you can, if you find multiple elements in the XPath, you can go with this way. Is it clear to you? Okay, welcome. So we are discussing CSS, not XPath. So let me come to CSS part again. So here what I was saying that we have already entered with the help of CSS one text in this box. But okay, so CSS have one few more, you can say, shortcuts. If I say, so this is one general syntax for CSS. This is the syntax. Okay, but there are some shortcuts as well. So if you know the ID, if you know the ID, if you know the ID attribute value, you can use CSS. In that case, can be written as like this: hash and then ID. So this is one way. So and you can say this is the value. Okay, whatever the value of ID. So suppose the value of ID is something like 3, 4, and then y. Suppose this is the value of the ID. So our CSS will become like this. Okay. So this is one way of CSS. And suppose if you know class name, if you know no class name as well. Okay. So with the help of this, what you will write dot class name. Simply this. You have to put one dot. After that, whatever the name of this class, with the help of this as well, you can write. You can say you can write one XPath. Sorry, not XPath, which is CSS. So these are the most important shortcuts, you can say. So this is one way. If you know the ID, then you can simply write hash ID value. And if you know the class name, then you can write dot class name. So is it clear to you that how we can use shortcuts as well? Then I will come to practical part. See, as of now, you should understand for ID and class name as well. It is, I think it is available for ID and class name only, like this. Okay, okay. So if I come here, okay. So this time we have already done with the CSS. But if I try to write the CSS in short form here, okay. So you can see this is the ID attribute and this value is this. So how I will write the CSS? You can see in the text box only hash, and then I will put the, this is the syntax hash ID. So what is the value of ID? This is this one. So this is the CSS. Okay. So if I try to check that CSS, I will go on my path and I will paste it. You can see that this CSS hash ID CSS is highlighting this text box. So you can say our our this CSS is correct. Okay. So let us quickly see whether it is working correctly here or not. So if I try to enter something in the text box with the help of this CSS, so I will simply write driver dot find element and then by dot CSS selector. Okay, this will be same. Okay, whether you are using shortcut or you are using CSS in a normal way. So here I am using shortcut CSS. So this is the shortcut one which we have written just now, and I will simply use send keys method, and then I will pass the data. So suppose if I have to pass college at the rate 1 to 3. Okay, so if I try to run this program, you will see that it will be able to uh, enter the text in the text box, which is college at the rate 1 to 3. So it is open the website, and you see that with the help of that shortcuts one CSS which we have used, it is able to enter the text in the text box. Okay, so as I've told you that there is one more method which is dot class name. So you can see that this is the one we are working on. See, you can see that this is the class name. Okay, this is the class name. You can see this one. Let me select this. Okay, let me click it again. So you can see that this is the, you can see the highlighted one. This is the whole class name. Okay, so what I have told you that if you know the class name, then you have to simply write dot and the class name. So I will put dot here, and you can see. Okay, let me make it a little bit big. Okay, can I go here? So you can see this is my class name. Okay, so what I have told you that you have to just put a dot, and after that you have to put your class name. So this is one way we can write the CSS for the same for this text box. So let me come in browser again. Okay, so this is my browser, and then okay, so if I have to find the CSS for this box with the help of class name only, how I will write the CSS? I will simply remove this first. Okay, I will write here. So I will put dot over dot here. You can see I have put it one dot, and then I will put in the whole class name. Okay, so I will copy it and paste it. Okay, I think yeah, it has pasted successfully, and then so this is the CSS. But you will see that it will return as zero element even our syntax is correct. Okay, I think this is the class, and so if I press enter, you can say it is printing zero element matching. So can anyone tell me what is the reason that even after our syntax is correct, we are getting zero element here? Why? So yes, Sanjeevi, you are correct, absolutely correct. So I have told you one of the lecture, I think previous to previous lecture, I have told you that in the CS, in the Selenium, let me write this way, in Selenium. Okay, if I remove this, I will just say that if you have any class like this, if you try to write a CSS for any class with this dot operator, if your class will have a space, then it will not work. So what you can do in that case, you have to replace spaces. Okay, I will write spaces in the double quotes, spaces with this dot. Okay, so let me change its color first. Okay, so what I am saying, if you find any class name, this is the class name with a space. So you can see this is one space and this is one space. Okay, so two spaces are there. So what you have to do, you have to replace those spaces with this one. So how I will replace? I will simply remove the space. See, I have removed the space and I put a dot here. Okay, and then here as well I will remove a space and I will put dot here. Okay, so okay, let me also try to first see whether there are not any spaces here. So if I, okay, let me make it this one only. Okay, so you can see we have put one dot here because it has one space. If we have put one dot here because it has one space, and you can see here one dot as well, one space as well present here. So I will simply remove the space first and then I will put a dot. Okay, so this will be your final CSS with the class name. Okay, if a class contain the spaces, then we have to replace spaces with this dot. Okay, so this way, if I will check now, I'm pasting the same XPath which we have made. Okay, so this way, if I press enter, then you will see that one element matching, which is this one only. Okay, so this way you can form a CSS only with the help of class name. Okay, so if I come to my Eclipse part, let us also see whether it is working uh, at the runtime also or not. So I will write the same statement again. We are working with CSS, so I will write by.css selector. Okay, and then inside that, what I will paste my CSS. So this is the CSS with the class name, and I will simply write. Okay, let me. Okay, I will simply write dot send keys. Okay, so what I have to send here, I have to send college 1 2 3, something like this, any random data as of now. Okay, so let us check whether it is working correctly or not. Let us see. So you can see that it has pasted core is 1 to 3 with the help of CSS this time again. So is it clear to you that how we have to form a CSS with the help of class name as well? Okay, thank you. So do you have any other queries as well? Is it clear to you, everyone? Okay. See, actually, you can see if you see the syntax of XPath. Okay, let me come here. So you can see uh, this is the syntax of CSS, and if I write the syntax for XPath. So suppose you have a very complex. Suppose you have a button, right? So let me first write the XPath attribute as well. Sorry, not attribute, XPath syntax as well, which is attribute equals to value. I think it is value here. Okay. So one thing you have to note, if I write here only in XPath. So actually this is a very small concept I have not discussed as of now, but I'm just saying in XPath you can uh, travel from parent to child and vice versa as well. Okay, but in CSS you can travel from parent to you can say child, but not vice versa. Okay, so this is the major difference between XPath and CSS. Okay, see, I have not discussed is that how to traverse between like this. I will discuss it in one other lecture. Okay, but as of now, you should understand that this is one thing that in XPath you can travel from parent to child, and vice versa is also true. Means you can travel from child to parent as well. But in CSS, you can travel from parent to child, but not from. Let me write this way, but not from child to parent. And one thing is also there that you can see the syntax of both the XPath and CSS. You can see the syntax of this one is a little bit easy, you can say, as compared to XPath. So many times it has been seen, even I have seen I have read many books that by that books I came to know that due to this syntax, due to the CSS syntax is easy as compared to XPath. So CSS is performance is quite high as compared to XPath. So these are the two main differences you can say between XPath and CSS. Is it clear to you? Okay. Okay. टेस्ट वाला टेस्ट वाला क्वेरी है क्या? I did not get a question. Can you repeat again? So according to me, that you can, if you able to write the XPath for an element, then CSS you can also write the CSS for that element as well, and vice versa is also. So this is the question, right? Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. So okay, so we have already seen how to write the XPath with the help of class name. Okay, you have to just put one dot and then put the class name as well. Okay. So this is one way. Let me open one more website. Okay, there is a lot more to learn about CSS. You can see in this website. Okay, so suppose if I have to highlight this, you can say I have to get the text of this learn HTML with the help of CSS. Okay, so first of all I will right click and inspect it straight away. This is the very first step. Okay, so after that what I will do, I will write the CSS. Okay, I will use parent child relationship here. Just I have explained that in XPath. Okay, so first of all what I will do, I will write the CSS for this one, this entire block. Okay, you can see it is highlighting the entire block. I will write the CSS for this one. Then I will come here. You can see this is the first line. If I come here, then it is highlighting that learned HTML. Okay, so how we will write CSS first, you can see. Okay, I think we should open this. I am removing this as of now. Okay, so let me make it little bit big. Okay, so what I was saying that first of all, how we will going to write CSS for this. First of all, what I will write. This is the syntax. Tag name. I think it is the class. Sorry, tag name at the rate, not at the rate this time because we are working with CSS, and it is this is the syntax for, you can say, CSS. So this is CSS syntax. Okay. After that, what I will do, I will simply write. So you can see I have to write the CSS for this one. Then what is my tag name? Div is my tag name. Okay. You can see the tag name is the first element here. Div is the tag name, and what is the attribute? Class is the attribute. So I will write class equals to, and what is the value of that class? You can see this is this one. So I will copy this and I will paste it here. Okay, so this way, wait a minute. Okay, so I think we are from the CSS, but I hope you remember in XPath we use, if I have to make one absolute XPath, how I will use, I will provide these you can say forward slashes if I have to create absolute XPath. Okay, but here this is CSS, so here we are not going to use these forward slashes. We are using greater than symbol. Okay, to move to child we use this one. So if I, this is saying that where you have to move, so I have to move, you can see these are all the child element, you can see these are all the child element, because if I minimize this, all the elements will be gone. Okay, they are hidden. If I expand this, you can see this is also visible and these are all the child element. Okay, so where I have to go, I have to here that first one. So how I will go, I will simply write you can see here, I will simply write a, but this step is alone not sufficient to reach this first one, because you can see there are so many texts which are having a. Okay, so what this step will do, this step will select all those elements. So let us check whether it is selecting or not first, then we will try to come to this first element only, because we are interested in this one only. Okay, so if I come to my pro path and I paste my CSS here, you will see. Okay, I think what is the error here? I think I put double quotes here, you can see. Okay, single quote will come here, and then if I press enter, you can see why it is selecting all the element, because you can see that there are so many elements with this tag a. So what I am saying, I have to go to first one. So how I will write? You can see here, if I have to go to first one, I will simply write init of type, and I will write one here. Okay, so by writing like this, we are saying that after you come here, okay, just go to a, and within a select this first line. Okay, so what it will select, it will just select the first line. If let me check it as well, so it will be more clear. Okay, I will paste it here. Okay, so again I think I put double quotes here, so I will remove this, and then you can see after I have pressed enter, it is saying one element matching, and this is that element, learn HTML. Okay, and moreover, if you have to come here, this second line, simply pass to here. Okay, so simply pass to here, so you will come to learn CSS, and if you type 3 here, then you can come to this one, you can see. So likewise, it depends upon you which element you have to get. Okay, so here we are interested in this learn HTML, so I am writing one here. Okay, so is it clear to you that how we have formed the CSS for this one? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so what we are interested in, we just want to get the text of that one. Okay, this one in our console output. So I will copy this CSS, whole CSS, and then I will come to my Eclipse. So here, let me again. Okay, so what I will write, let me comment this first. I have commented this line. Okay, what I will write, I will again write the same line. Driver dot find element by dot, again CSS. We are dealing with the CSS, so CSS selector. Here I will put my CSS, and then what I have to write, I have to get the text of that element. Okay, so if I have to get the text, then I will simply write get text method here. You can see if I put dot, you can see this is the method. Okay, that will return you the text present on that element. Okay, so after that, if it is returning as something, so how we will catch that element? A string. I will catch that string variable in the string variable only. Okay, so suppose I am catching it in this way, in this variable. Okay, so I will simply print this at that. So this way you will see that you will get your desired output. Let me close this first. Okay, so if I try to right click it and run it, you will see learn HTML will print in your output. Sir. Okay, I think I have not changed the website name, so no one has told me this. I hope people are not focusing. We should be very attentive. So let me change the website first. Okay, again now let me close this one. So first of all, what I will do, I will open the website, correct website, which is this one. Okay, then only we can perform some action on that website. So I have pasted that line here, and then I will just simply right click and edit. Let's see this time whether it is working or not. So it has opened the website, and you can see the website is stopped loading, which means that our execution is complete. And you can see that this has printed this text, okay, in our output with the help of CSS. So is it clear to you that how we are using CSS? Okay, so okay, so this is one way how we can form the CSS. If we are having multiple childs inside a parent, then we can use with the help of this, you can say, line. Okay, it is mandatory, otherwise it will select all the element. If you do not provide this one, it will select all the elements. So but we have to select first one, so I am interested in this. Okay, so let us do one activity as well with the help of CSS. So let us come to this website again. Okay, let me close this first. Okay, I will write spicecheck.com here again. So you can see here, there. Okay, so what we will do, we will try to tick this one. We will try to check this checkbox. Okay, you can see this is a checkbox. If I try to click it, you will see that it will be selected. So how will you going to select this checkbox with the help of Selenium code? Okay, so here I will take the help of XPath only. Okay, this that will be an homework, you can say assignment for you to try that with CSS also. Okay, so here suppose if I have to click that this checkbox with the help of XPath only. Okay, how I will do? So you can see method is almost same, just you can say you have to form the XPath and everything will be same. Okay, so if I have to uh, check this one, or you can say if I have to check this one as well. So how I will going to do that? So first of all, we have to inspect this text, this checkbox. I will click this and I will click this. So you can see that many of the things, or you can see that the code. Okay, this is the code which they have used to form this checkbox. So how I will write XPath? I hope you all are knowing that as of now, that how you have to form the XPath. So how I will write? You can see on the top, I will put double slash, double forward slash. Then here you can see the tag name is input. On the bottom, you can see the text. You can see the tag name is input. So tag name I have put it, and then I will put braces, array braces. Inside that I will write at the rate. So you can see the attribute is, see ID is also attribute, type is also attribute, and name is also attribute. But here I think I should go with this one, type equals to checkbox. So attribute is type, so I will write type here, and then I will simply write what is the value of this. This is checkbox, so I will write checkbox here. So this is how we are forming one XPath for that checkbox. Okay, so you can see Let me remove the unnecessary spaces. Okay, so this is the XPath. You can see, let me copy this, cut this, and then let me check first whether it is working correctly or not. Okay, then only I will implement it in my code. So if I press this and if I press enter, you can see that it is selecting more than one element. So you can see that those elements are highlighted here. You can see this one, this one, this one. Okay, okay, let me check it again. So you can see that it is selecting more than one element, but we are interested only this one. Okay, so okay, we are interested only in this one. Okay, so how I will do? So if I put one here, okay, let me put any random value. Let us say if I put 2 here, what will happen? It will select this. See, if I am putting 1, even if you see, I think that particular element will not be visible. See, it is selecting one element, but here we are not able to view. I think that element is hidden. Okay, so here our concept is to click on this. I don't know which element it is selecting because it is not highlighting on as well. But here let us assume that but here what we will do, we have to select this one, as you can see, as you can see, as you can see. Okay, so what we will do, we will simply write 2 here. Okay, so you can see that it has selected this checkbox. Okay, if I write 3 here, you can see that it is selecting this one. So if we have to select this one, if we have to check, then this is the X path. You can see this is the X path. Okay, if I want to select this one, then what I will do, I will write 4 here. If I press enter, you can see it is selecting this one. Okay, if I have to select this one, what I will write 5 here. Okay, you can see that it is selecting this one. So likewise, it's up to you. Suppose we are selecting this one as of now. We have to select this one. So this is the X path. I will copy my X path and I will come to this Eclipse part. Okay, I am commenting this as of now because we are not working with this. What I will write the same line again. Driver.find element and by.xpath. .xpath. Here we will provide what, the value of our xpath, which is this one. And then what I will do, I will simply click the checkbox. Okay. Even in the button also we have used this method, and with that, in case of a checkbox also, we are also going to use this click method so that our checkbox will be clicked. Okay. So which should it, this is our, you can say, xpath, and this should be checked at runtime. Okay, so let us check whether we are able to click this one with the help of our xpath or not. Okay, so before that, let me also put a thread dot sleep so that before the after the side node, then only we will try to click on it. Okay, otherwise it may happen that your script will fail, because even if your site will not load properly, but you are going to click on that checkbox. So even if that checkbox is not loaded properly, okay, so this is for that reason I am putting some weight here. Suppose that is 6000 millisecond. Okay, so by this, what will happen after this, we after putting some weight, we will try to click it. Okay, so let's try to run it, how it is working. So let me run this very quickly. Oh, sorry. Okay, so you are focusing. I forgot it again. Okay, okay. So we have to, you can see this is the website. Again, I forgot to change it. No issues. So we are changing it. So you can see that your script is filled here. You can see it is filled because we have put the wrong site name. Okay, so let me put it in between brackets. So we have put the site name here, and I think this time it should work, and it should select the student checkbox. Let us try. Site is loaded, and you can see that it has selected that student checkbox with the help of our XPath, you can say. Okay, so this is how you can use You can use click method to select the checkboxes as well. Is it clear to you? Please confirm. Okay. So what we have to do, we are left with these two locators as well, which are these one. You can see here. So these are the two locators also, which we'll be using to identify our element. Okay, so you can see that we are going to identify only link with this locator. Okay, not other button, or you can say anything text box. We will not be able to locate text box. But if in case of link, this will be better if you use link text. Okay, so let me first open Facebook, then I will show you. Suppose this is my facebook.com. Okay, so you can see this. You can see if I click this, so you can see this is a link. Okay, it is opening something, so this is a link. But how will you identify whether uh, this is a link or not? Okay, so what you have to do, you cannot say that I'm clicking it and it is opening something, so it is a link. Actually, when you try to inspect it, you can say if I try to inspect it, okay, I inspect that page, and if I try to click here and then I will click here. Okay, you can see the code here for this forgotten account link. You can see this tag. This is called anchor tag. Okay, let me write it here. Anchor tag is present, which means it is a link. Okay, so this is how you can identify whether uh, the text, or you can say whether a link with the help of this tag. Okay, you can see this is the tag. Let me write it like this. Okay, you can see this is a link because anchor tag is present. Okay, so this way you can identify this is one point, and how you are going to click this. Okay, so you can use XPath as well. Okay, so how you will form XPath for this, you can write how to form the XPath for this link. See here, this is my tag. I will write double slash tag name, which is a, okay, at the rate. What is my attribute? Attribute is this. Href is my attribute. I will copy this and then I will paste it here. Okay, so this is the attribute equals to what is the value. So value of this is this one. You can see. Okay, so it has opened because I have clicked it. Let me copy this. Copy the element, and I will let me check whether it is. So we are interested in this value. Okay, till here. Okay, you can see till here we are interested, not this for whole. So I will copy this, and what I will do, I will simply paste that value inside this. Let me paste this. So this is the way you can form the XPath. Okay, so let us check also whether it is working or not. So let me open ProPath and then I will paste it in. Okay, so you can see this XPath is correct. Okay, but you can see that by writing like this is very messy, right? This is a very lengthy XPath you have defined for the link, which is not good. So what we will do, we will use two more locators that are link text and partial link text. Okay, these are the two locators which we will be using, because you can see the XPath here is very lengthy, which is not good. Okay, so we can use this one. Okay, so how we are going to use this one? So see here, what is this link text here? If you see here, this is our link. Forgotten account is our link, and what is the text written on the link? This is this one, forgotten account. So this is our text. So if this is our text, so you can see, okay, this is the text present on the link. Okay, and this we are using this locator. So how we are going to use this? So there is not any particular syntax for that. Just see here how we are going to use this. Okay, I'm commenting this as of now. Let me comment this and let me comment this one as well. Okay, so how we are going to use link text? Okay, let me write it here as well. Link text. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply write driver.find element. This time what we have to use, link text. Okay, so you can see this is third one. Link text is one locator. So I will simply click it. Okay, and in double quote I will pass whatever the text written on the link. This is the text. Okay, and after that we can perform any operation. Actually here we have to perform the click operation only on the link. Okay, So if I press this, so you will see. If I try to, okay, let me change site name this time. So this is the site name. So if I say this is my site name, facebook.com. So I will simply write, say, okay. So let me click this and I will try to run this. Okay, and that I think it is correct. Okay, so I will try to run it. Let's see what it will be. Not print, it will click the link. Okay, so I think it should click the link. So you have seen, see it has clicked the link, forgotten account. Okay, so this way you can use a link text. You can see how that if we have used XPath, then that will be very big. Okay, but with the help of link text only, we have just simplified our code. So this is how you can use this locator to click on the link. So is it clear to you? Yeah, this is how it is designed, right? You can see on the this element. Okay, so you can see here they have designed, right? This is for identifying the text. Okay. Third party with third party on different. Sorry. AI. See, I have never tried it, but you can try, right? Let me, I think, if any page, I have not seen that any page with a 2 1. Okay. So let me try this as well. Okay. As of now, we should consider understanding this. If you try it yourself, let me tell you. Okay. Try it yourself. And if you face any issue, then let me know. Because I have never tried that one again before. Okay. And I have never seen that these two links are present on the same page. I think only one link should be present. I have never seen with the same name two links are present. See, one thing I would like to say. See, that link has some function, right? Forgotten account has some function, and if I click this, that page will open. So why you are thinking that someone developer will provide another link with the same name? Because why you are providing with the same name? He might have to provide with the other name because that link might perform other function, right? So to perform one function on the page, one link will be there with the unique name. So I don't think that there will be two more links on the page. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. This is the reason I think. Okay, so what I was saying. Okay, so this is one way of identifying the link. So as I have told you that there is one more. This is done. Okay, this is done. How we have to do. But this is also one way. Suppose as of now our link name is forgotten account. Okay, as of now forgotten account. So we have identified with the help of link text. But if suppose, let me just uh, minimize this a bit. Okay. So what our account link name is something like this. Forgotten account is a page available on the Facebook. Okay. So suppose this is your name. So what I will do, this is my link name this time. So how I will write the XPath here, you can see if I come here, sorry, not XPath, you can say the link text one. Okay. So I will simply write this. That will work fine. That is not an issue. But here you can see again you are writing a, it will become very lengthy, right? So to avoid that, what I will use partial link text. Okay. Okay. Partial link text. Okay. So how I will write that above driver dot find element by dot, you can see if I write this partial link text first one. Okay, and in the double quote what I will write, I will not write the full link. Suppose I am writing this available. Okay, so I will simply pass this available here. So this way I am not writing a very big line inside my text, inside my locator, you can say, and then I will click it. So if your link, you can say, if your uh, link text, this is our link text is very big, you can use partial link text locator to solve that issue. Okay, is it clear to you? Is it clear? Yeah, I will. Sorry, I did not get a question. Yeah, yeah, I was just going to going there. Okay. So is it clear? So then I will move forward. So I will try this example only if I use driver dot find element by dot partial in text. Okay. Then I will what I have to do. I have to click it, and here I have to provide the link text. So this time, suppose again, let me open Facebook. Let me close this first. Okay, so this is our page, and here if I click and click, you can see this is the whole text on the link. But here I will not provide the whole text. Okay, I will simply provide. Suppose I am providing this. I will not provide forgotten. I will simply provide this. Okay, and then I will try to click on that link with the help of this locator. Okay, so how it will be? See, it will be able to click. You can see. See, it has clicked on you can say forgotten account link. Okay, so this way you can use partial link text locator as well to deal with the very long text. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so I think we should cover other topics in the next session as well. Okay, so in the next session, what we are going to do, let me tell you a bit. Let me first close this. Okay, so suppose if I open this website again, spicejet.com, and if I open this site as well, IRCTC. Let me close this and this. Okay, so that waits for the site to open. Okay, so here you can see. Let me press OK. Okay, so here suppose you can see if I click this. Okay, this is a drop down. Okay, you can see it is opening on the top. I don't know why as of now. So suppose this is a drop down, right? So how you will be able, you have to select. Suppose you have to select this one. So how you will do with the help of Selenium code. Okay, so this way. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn in the coming lectures. Okay, so this is one thing, and suppose this is the another drop down, right? You can see this is the drop down. Okay, and suppose if I click this, you can see. Okay, it is not displaying any result. Okay, but if I select this one, okay, and if I after that you can see if I select this one, then you can see so many city name is present here. Okay, so these are kind of dynamic drop down. Okay, so means that after selection of this one only, we are able to see this. So we will be also seeing that how to handle this kind of drop down with the help of Selenium in our coming lecture. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so I think we should wind up the session. As of now, any queries as well? More queries also you have? Then you can ask. Okay. So thank you everyone for attending today's session. I have already recorded a session as well, and will be uploading the video as well by end of the day. So thank you everyone again. Okay. Okay.